I'm going to lose these F-18s because they're just being idiots. I don't know how many times I have to tell them to return to base. There are times when tankers in this game still just annoy the hell out of me. Especially in this one, where this one I kept telling it to return to base. It turned around, tried to go back to tank up, and then it turned back around now that the tanker's empty. This is just stupid. No, these are under manual control. Oh, that's a good point. RTP1 Winchester. Use unwrap. Never. Problem is that I'll forget to set their MCON back to normal now. Or their ROE back to, yep, ran out of fuel and crashed. No, not going to have any need for this mission now. Just set it to inactive. Alright, so my sub has arrived on station. So I'm going to have him now go to silent and just under the layer. And I'm going to start having him close in on the front of this group. Looks like I must have dropped that contact at some point. No, I didn't sink the FFG. It just the target dropped. I think when I moved my Global Hawk out of range, it dropped that contact you silly. I didn't destroy any of them. Nope, there's still 4. And then still the same 4 in that, or the same 4 in that group, and the same 5 in this group. Haven't sunk anything. And this sub should just be coming into range here shortly. So I'm going to bring him up. I want to see if I can firm up the fix on this group a little bit. Oh, I guess I did sink one. I'm sorry. Oh, maybe I did sink. Maybe I damaged one of the frigates enough where, yeah. So there's the tube destroyer. So maybe the frigate that was up here, I might have caused enough damaging and flooding to it. I'd have to go back and look at the log. Thanks, D. Thanks, Mike. I guess my issue with the tankers is that when I tell my units to RTB, I think that should override the ROE. when they have enough fuel to return to base and I manually tell them to RTB and they still want to go and refuel even when they have plenty of fuel to make it back to base. That's sort of where I start getting annoyed. But most of the time it's not really an issue for me because most of the time I plan better than that. Just mainly used to dealing with, KC 135s and KC 10s. So I have a pretty firm fix on this group. Is out of weapons range. So there's still a couple conversion zones away. I'm going to run this guy down deeper. I'm just going to have this guy pretty much just sit here. And then as soon as this group gets closer, I'll pop them up, fire off the torpedoes, and hopefully sink them before they have time to react. This may be that other frigate, you silly. These may be the rest of the group. This may be that other one. Hey, Oliver. See how the rest of these guys are doing. Not seeing any new airstrikes coming in, so I think I'm in the clear as far as my F-18s are concerned. So I hate doing this, but those guys are ready. I'm gonna take So I'll take a couple of these guys, ready arm. What do I have for loadouts at this base? So JDAMs, JSOWs, which have a range of 45 nautical miles. So I think, I can't remember what the difference between the JSOW and the JSOW broach is. Maybe this one had the bigger warhead, 1,000 pound penetrator. I can't remember what the difference between the broach and the oh, this is the short range one. Oops, I'm sorry. It's the same thing. This one has a range of, what's this loadouts? Probably send in this one. Ready, not equipped. So I only have 3. That's fine. Reserve. Re-ready this one as AMRAAM heavy. And how are my Poseidons looking? They are back at base. Another about hour, and then I will have the Poseidons ready to go again. Next time I'll focus just on the two destroyers and leave the frigates. I think I'm willing to take the penalty with launching missiles. What's that range? That's well within the Tomahawk's range. Thanks, you silly. I remember that laser guided bombs are ASM capable. I don't usually like using laser guided bombs against ships, just because it requires you to get in so close to them, which is why I usually prefer JSOWs. Hey, on fire. Haven't really missed much, just me acting stupid and forgetting just basic tactics. Just waiting on this sub to get in within range of this Chinese task force over here. And my service group is rounding off the cape over here. So hopefully, I'm going to pull back. So once this group actually enters over here, I'm not sure if I actually have to enter the Red Sea or not. I don't think so. I've got another 13 hours to go in this scenario. Once this group gets over into here, I'm going to change this Gila mission to just be 2 points and just have them act as a barrier. And still closing in on range. All right. I think I'm going to take the hit here with these guys. So there's, so I'm going to take 8 missiles, 8 of these MMT Tomahawks, and I'm going to fire it solely at this Type 52C destroyer. There we go. Hopefully from that range, they won't have quite the amount of time to react, and I've always got time for a second salvo. Well, that was a bit of overkill, but I got it. Uh-oh. I lost my Global Hawk. I didn't see anything about a missile fire, but that's the only thing it could have been. So I will launch my second drone. Get this airborne. So as the sub gets a little bit closer, I'll probably fire off the rest of these Tomahawks at the rest of this group. So we have identified these as the 3 frigates. These must be in the torpedo launch Tomahawks, because it's saying there is on magazines. I wonder how that works. ADC, there's those ones. Wonder where the rest of these are. There's my... Still saying I have 14 left, but I only see these 4. Yeah, doesn't really matter, I guess. Sub will be in within range shortly. So with that, fortunately losing that Global Hawk really kind of hurt me. So periscope depth, just stop. So I'm going to bet that these ships here are actually a lot closer. So I'm sitting at periscope depth, letting these ships come right to me. Losing that Global Hawk really gonna hurt me right now. There we go, get this one off the coast. Doesn't obey MCON, turn on its radars. And hopefully I can get this one into range to support. Probably not going to get there in time though. Yeah, losing that Global Hawk and it's made these guys' positioning a little, quite a bit off. Like this one over here we haven't seen in 8 minutes. But this one here is actually, wonder if I have good enough signal on this one to fire on it. So I can fire ad caps. So we'll launch a spread of 3. Now we'll do a spread of 2. And got it. So one ad cap was actually enough, and that surface ship is actually turned away. And we'll send my sub slowly in pursuit. They should come back onto base course here shortly. That one's still retreating. 25 knots. All right, and then fire an ad cap at that one. We'll just send out 1 since that apparently was enough the last time. And got it. So that just leaves this last frigate, or corvette, I'm sorry. Same thing really in my opinion. And it's going to enter my range. And we'll fire 1. There we go. Is that a torpedo decoy? Fire 1. Try this again. Is dropping it from its target list. Reason target is not auto-targeted. Well, just auto fire then. That was a lot more ad caps than I should have needed to kill that frigate. But with that group taken care of, I've completely lost track of this other surface group. And there we go. All right, so I'm going to go down deep. I'm going to try and dogleg this. So that's the other group right there. So I'm going to try and get my sub ahead of it. At the same time, I should have my slammer arm Poseidons ready to go again, so we'll launch these guys as a group. And let's check out the aircraft over here at Camp Lenonier. And 31 minutes until my JSOW armed F-18s are ready to go. So here we'll get this flight, launch that as a group. Now that my surface task force is a little closer, I should be okay now. That, can this tomahawk be retargeted? Nope, guess not. A little surprised it hasn't just self-destructed. Alright, so about the same time that this group here makes it within firing range, should be about the same time that and here, I want this group here. I don't really care if they know where I'm at. I'm going to turn on the radar for this group. Well as any OECM, which I don't think they have. So this group here is going to be on standby. My surface group is just about ready to enter. I think this is the Arabian Sea. So as soon as they enter over here, that group should be relatively safe. And then I've got the Poseidons with their slammers inbound. As soon as they're ready, about the time they enter range, I should also have this group of F-18s over here, ready, which they are ready to go. So I'm going to hopefully launch an attack, a simultaneous attack on this last surface group. I just need to make sure that this Global Hawk doesn't get within range again. And I'm not actually seeing any enemy air units out in this area. So this group here potentially is completely without air cover. And just waiting on the Poseidons over here. Oh, no, never mind. How does this group look? They should be okay. So F1, have it engage those two targets, and then I'm going to actually reactivate this mission, and this time I'm going to actually have both of my MV-22s on station. Nope, nope, looks like they're going to go and refuel. Which means that they're probably going to head back to base. But that also means that I have launched this as a group. I'm going to send this this group of F-18s is going to return to base now. I'm just going to at least send in this next group and just have them head right in for those. All right, group looks like it's all up. And of course I lost track of them. Where are those Poseidons? Still incoming? So how is the fuel on these guys looking? Yeah, they're going to have to RTB here. So it's not really going to matter. So I'm willing to let this, because of the flight time on my F-18s, I'm willing to let my Poseidons kind of linger a little bit. They have the fuel to loiter a little bit and wait for the F-18s to get into strike range. All right, so I should probably now launch my launches group. All right, awesome. We're gonna take this group here. There we go. All right, so target is out of range. All right, so now the F-18s with their JSOWs are inbound. And I can send in. I'm going to concentrate each one of these onto a single target. Since I lost, why aren't these guys firing? They're manually firing. Is not in bore sight. 3, 4. All right, so apparently I was doing that wrong. All right, so 4 per ship. There we go. All missiles launched. Targeted only on 3 different ships. So assuming they actually make it within range, got them. So I took out one of the frigates, and these guys here don't look like they actually launched their. Nope, they turned back. They were just on the edge of their fuel, which. Oh man, today, I swear. Nothing just likes me. I mean, they were right there on the edge of their fire range and they turned back. That just kind of. Things are just killing me today. Apparently, I got disconnected from chat there. Sorry, guys. All right, so we're gonna move this sub and hopefully get within AdCap range and just finish off this group with just torpedoes. Oh, you silly, I'm sure the scoring on this just isn't good. And still have that group under. At least that second slammer strike seemed to work a lot better, concentrating fire. Wonder if this group has just stopped because they're now set to 0. Well then, that can't be right. Did this guy move out of? Oh, he moved out of range. That's why. See if we can get the fix on him again. Huh. According to this, that group has just stopped. Well, if that's the case, then I wonder if I actually damage these guys enough that they can't move. Maybe their group leader had enough damage. I may not even need to finish these guys off. These guys just may have taken fire and damage that they're just sinking, and it's taken time for them to. But either way, I'm going to send in the sub to at least try and be in a position to finish the kill if necessary. And about 2 hours left to go in the scenario, so I'm actually doing pretty good. All right. Just send him straight on in. Have him slow and to come up to periscope depth. Oh, gotta wait for the order loop. All right, so we'll just send a single. Oh, gotta wait for the. All right, so we got that torpedo and fly some seconds on the order loop here and fire. There we go. So these last two torpedoes should finish off the last two enemy surface ships. Uh-oh. What was that? There's no art. Never seen this. It's not on its target list. The target is not auto-targeted. Seems a little strange considering that I'm well within their weapons range. Oh, I'm wondering if one of their frigates managed to survive. Let's try this again. Fire. Single torpedo. I've never seen this auto-targeted thing before, of why my torpedoes just keep self-destructing. Oh, was I firing tomahawks? Is that why? Oh, huh. I'm an idiot. I'm firing tomahawks and not firing torpedoes. I was wondering why none of these things were hitting. Oops. Well, there goes my an even worse score. don't know what's with me today. I'm just completely out of it between tanker errors and now I'm firing the wrong type of missile at the wrong target. Oh man. All right, so we're gonna set this guy down a little farther, increase his speed. Oh, my scoring for this is gonna be awful. Um, all right, so I need to reload my torpedo tubes with ad caps because apparently I've been firing tomahawks out of my torpedo tubes this blast. All right. That explains a whole lot. You know, at least if I was playing this drunk, you silly, at least I would have an excuse for playing this stupid. Whereas right now, I really don't have an excuse other than I don't know. All right, let's get this group within range here and this sub here and finish this off. It looks at least they're both heavily damaged. BDA is heavily damaged. That one looks like it's taken at least a hit. I haven't had a confirmation on this frigate in a while. Scenario has concluded. Major victory! Your final score is 285. So lost one Super Hornet, one Global Hawk. I fired 14, I'm sorry, 18, oh, yeah, 18 Sea Sparrows, 22 SM6s, 214 Difars, 119 diecast sono buoys, 24 AGM, 84K slammer missiles, 12 tomahawks, 3 ad caps, and another 9 tomahawks from my torpedo tubes. All in all, the enemy side has lost 4 J-16 Flying Sharks, 2 YX Cubs. So I destroyed the Type 52C destroyer. I destroyed the 3 Type 26s. I destroyed 2 Z9C Dolphin 2s. I wonder if those were helos. Probably helos on the ships. I destroyed the Type 54 Plus Plus. I think that's a frigate. Destroyed the other frigate. I destroyed a helix, and I destroyed the Type 52D. All in all, not too bad, I don't think. The enemy expenditures were a lot worse than I were. So all in all, I don't think that was actually a pretty fun scenario. I think personally, I think it'd be a lot better if I had a KC 135 or KC 10 instead of trying to rely on Ospreys to tank strikes. But other than that, I think that was a good day. So thanks again for you, Silly, for creating this scenario and reminding me of it when I had to kind of scramble to find something to play after the other scenario fell through this morning. And I think with that, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you guys next week.